आज हम समझेंगे the absolute myth of the overnight billionaire. Picture this. It's early 2021 and the world basically wakes up to a brand new reality. In what felt like the blink of an eye, literally out of nowhere, a single guy blew right past industry legends, we're talking Bill Gates, Amazon's Jeff Bezos, to snatch the title of the absolute richest person on the planet. And the craziest part, this is someone who wasn't even in the top 10 the year before. This sudden coronation left literally everyone completely stunned. Let's get right into this explainer.
Okay, let's dive into this. $185 billion. That was Elon Musk's net worth at that pivotal moment. I mean, look at that number. It has so many zeros, it kind of stopped making sense to the human brain, right? Back then, practically everyone on Google was feverishly typing in the exact same question, what is the secret behind this seemingly instant wealth? Like, how on earth does someone just acquire $185 billion so rapidly? To really get how this happened, we gotta first wrap our heads around just how impossibly huge this pile of money actually is.
So I want to viscerally anchor this extreme wealth for you, and this comparison is pretty mind-blowing. Think about the Burj Khalifa. It's the tallest, most magnificent building in the world, right? It costs roughly 114 billion rupees to build. Well, with his net worth at that time, Elon Musk could buy not one, but 117 Burj Khalifas in a single stroke. Or, hey, if you prefer luxury cars, the latest Bugatti costs around 140 crore rupees. He literally has the purchasing power to buy 9,500 of them. That's enough to fill miles of parking lots. It is an absolute ocean of wealth. But, as we'll see, he definitely wasn't always swimming in it. Part 1. Early struggles and first wins. Let's move to and see how this builds, because this journey absolutely did not start with a silver spoon. Actually, it traces back to a 12-year-old boy who just loved technology so much he coded a basic video game and sold it for $500, which is a huge win for a kid. But his early years were mostly defined by sheer financial pressure. I mean, he even took up grueling physical labor in a lumber mill just to afford food. By 1997, even with bachelor's degrees in both physics and economics, Musk was really struggling. He was desperate for work, applied to the famous IT company Netscape, and guess what? They never even answered his application. No way, right? So he enrolls in this super prestigious PhD program at Stanford, but the entrepreneurial itch was just too strong. By day 2, actually scratch that literally on day 2, he drops out to start a business with his brother. That was a city guide website called Zip2, and the reality of Zip2 was entirely unglamorous. They couldn't even afford 2 computers, so they ran the whole company on a single shared machine. The website hosted users during the day, and they'd sit there coding on that exact same computer all through the night. But that sleepless grind eventually led to his first massive payouts. In 2002, Compaq swooped in and bought Zip2 for $307 million, which netted Musk a personal share of $22 million. That's about 160 crore rupees today. But did he stop to rest? Nope. He wanted to open an online bank. That led to X.com, which soon morphed into PayPal. When eBay bought PayPal that exact same year, his share skyrocketed to $165 million, or roughly 1,250 crore rupees. These massive payouts, they gave him the exact millions he needed for his next, far more massive gambles. Part 2. Revolutionizing Earth and Space. Because instead of just sitting on those newly acquired millions and retiring to a beach somewhere, he took a massive leap. In that very same momentous year, 2002, he founded an aerospace company called SpaceX. And right after that, threw his financial weight behind a radical new electric car startup called Tesla. So the crucial point is, he poured those millions into a staggering, almost obsessive dedication. He didn't just want to build rockets. His stated goal was to make space travel easy and eventually send everyday tourists to the moon and Mars. He has openly declared that he will build a colony for humans on Mars, even if it means he has to sell every single thing he owns. It's a level of commitment that goes way, way beyond standard business. It's really a mission for the future of humanity. And while SpaceX was aiming for the stars, Tesla was totally revolutionizing the ground. Just contrast a standard gas or petrol car with what Tesla brought to the table. They didn't just rip out the fuel tank, they introduced advanced autopilot tech that can basically navigate without a driver. And the battery? A single charge gives you a staggering 520-kilometer range. To put that in perspective, that's like driving all the way from Mumbai to Ahmedabad or Lahore to Peshawar on one single charge. And the cost to charge it up is roughly 60% cheaper than buying traditional fuel. So it's better for the Earth, and it's definitely better for the wallet. Part 3. The Starlink stock surge. This brings us to the climax of the explainer, the exact moment that triggered this overnight wealth explosion in late 2020. We've seen the foundation, but what was the actual catalyst? Well, it all came down to this bold, unprecedented plan called Starlink. The vision was wild: launch an astonishing 12,000 satellites to provide free, global internet coverage. And these aren't your typical satellites way out in deep space. They're positioned in low Earth orbit, just 500 kilometers above the ground. That's so low, you can actually spot them from Earth. The plan moved incredibly fast. By November 2020, they had already launched 1,000 of these things and successfully started beta testing free internet in the UK. And this brilliantly illustrates what happened next. The news of Starlink's real-world progress sent the market into an absolute record-shattering frenzy. People just rushed to buy shares, and Tesla's stock violently surged from $250 a share all the way up to $850 in an incredibly short period. It was a complete game changer. That specific, historic stock explosion is the mathematical reason he blew past everyone else. Think about this. In 2020, Elon Musk was ranked 35th on the global rich list. He was completely outside the top 10. But thanks to that insane market surge, by early 2021, he skyrocketed straight over 34 other billionaires to take the undisputed #1 spot. Part 4. The Sofa Sleeping Billionaire. Let's bring the energy back down to earth for a second. Because the profound irony of his current lifestyle is honestly fascinating. It's a pretty natural question to ask, right? When you have $185 billion, what does your daily life actually look like? Your brain immediately jumps to massive luxury yachts, sprawling mansions, or, I don't know, solid gold bathrooms. How does the richest person on earth actually live? Now, what's really interesting about this slide is that the reality is remarkably different. The world's richest man is known to work way longer hours than his own employees. Instead of retreating to some mega mansion, he frequently sleeps right there on a sofa inside the factory. He does this because he believes sleeping in the factory gives him greater satisfaction, and most importantly, it keeps him directly connected to the ground realities and the actual problems his workers are facing. It really leaves you to ponder, when you strip away all the billions and the stock surges, is this what true obsessive dedication really looks like? And what on earth will this level of obsession build next?